Hi guys, it's Tammy with Shrinking Violet DS, and today is Monday, April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. Sorry I don't have any good jokes for you, or pranks, or anything like that. I missed last week because it was spring break, and I had intended to come on, but time just got away from me, so that didn't happen. We were up in Seattle for the end of the week, and the beginning of the week was just busy, and so that's how that went. Here's my spiel. I had traditional duodenal switch surgery on March 9 of 2017 with Dr. Antonio Esguerra at Mexicali Bariatric Center in Mexicali, Mexico. And my I'm so out of practice. My starting weight was 260 pounds, or my high weight. That's what I started my pre-op diet at on February 19th. My surgery weight was 248 pounds on March 9th, and today my weight is 120 pounds, which seems to be my new normal. I keep trying to up it, but I'm just burning like crazy since surgery, and I know it's because I'm healing, and I'm healing quickly now, which is nice, now that I'm 10 weeks post-op, I think 11 weeks post-op. Tomorrow maybe, I think. Anyway, so yeah, burning like crazy, eating like crazy, but I still eat good stuff. I just had lunch with my husband, and we went to a Thai place, and I got chicken larb, which, for those of you who don't know, it's chopped or ground up chicken that is cooked with lime juice and chilies and purple onion and served with cabbage leaves. So, I mean, it's hard to get much lower carb than that. I'm sure that the chili lime sauce, it's a clear kind of marinade kind of thing, dressing, has sugar in it, but it can't have that much sugar in it. It doesn't taste that sweet to me. It's very vinegary, but I'm sure it does have some sugar in it, but still, it's still a really low carb dish. So I still eat things like that, but I eat carbs too, and I have not been watching my carbs since surgery because I am trying to put on some weight, but I haven't been going crazy. I did have a couple donuts yesterday, so I guess going a little crazy, but it's not like every meal is crappy food. My choices are just naturally good choices most of the time. When we were in Seattle, every morning we'd have breakfast delivered, and I would do the make your own omelet, and it would be 4 different kinds of cheeses and onion, mushroom, spinach, and bacon. So again, very low carb, but I did have hash browns with it, and some toast. So I am doing carbs, but it's not like I was eating their apple fritter French toast drenched in syrup or something like that. It was a good amount of protein still. So yeah, making decent decisions on my food, aside from those 2 donuts. But I don't regret them. They were good, I wanted them, and I can afford them, so it's okay. Getting ready to go down to Mexico with Brian next Monday. His VSG surgery is a week from tomorrow. He's excited. His high weight was 250, and he's been really watching his weight kind of. They told him he didn't have to do a pre-op diet because his BMI isn't that high, but he wanted to anyway. He wanted to do the liver shrinking diet, and he's just been watching his food and naturally trying to eat a little bit more like he'll eat after surgery, and definitely cut the carbs. And so he started his liver shrinking diet today, but he weighed before he started it. He weighed last night, and he weighed 238. So he's already lost 12 pounds just by cutting out his carbs and not drinking. I'm having my champagne on my own in the evenings now. Usually he'll drink scotch, and he hasn't had any scotch since December 26th. He and I both quit at the same time because I was getting ready for my plastic surgery, and he thought, well, he would just quit at the same time and get ready for his weight loss surgery. So yeah, he's done really well. The liver shrinking diet was a bit of a challenge for him today, though. The first day is always hard. For those of you who didn't do one, it consists of a protein shake for breakfast, a protein shake for dinner or lunch. And then for your one meal a day, you get 4 ounces of lean meat, so fish or chicken or pork, cooked without any oil, so no butter, no oil, no anything. And then a cup of cruciferous vegetables, salad, broccoli, cauliflower, but no starchy vegetables. And you can have 4 ounces of non-fat, sugar-free yogurt once a day, or 4 ounces of non-fat cottage cheese once a day, and you can have a serving of sugar-free Jell-O. And then there's a couple other little snacks that you can substitute out the cottage cheese or the yogurt for, like no-fat string cheese, no-fat string cheese, that kind of thing. So it's pretty low calorie, and it is very low fat, no fat. If you have salad, he had salad today, you cannot use regular dressing because you can't have oil. So I just gave him a bottle of red wine vinegar, and he sprinkled that and 21 Seasoning Salute from Trader Joe's over his salad. So it was a little bit of a challenge for him until he got to lunchtime and could eat his salmon that was his meat for the day. And salmon naturally has some natural fat in it, as all meat has some natural fat. So yeah, at least he got a little satiation there. But that's good too, because definitely want I've beaten this drum a lot on this channel, definitely want your liver to be as small as possible when you go into surgery. So I'm glad he's doing that. He's a little nervous, as everyone is, I think, who's going to have any kind of surgery. But he's excited too. It'll be good. He'll do well. What else? My plastic surgery scars and incisions are healing very nicely. I still get a little uncomfortable from swelling and stuff like that, especially if I eat things that bloat me up. Anything that makes me gassy, which as a de-esser is pretty much everything, that can make me really uncomfortable, because he stitched my abdominal wall, my muscles, tightly, and I didn't know he was going to do that, because he said I didn't need muscle repair, but what he did was tighten my waist in, which is nice. You know, he wanted to give me a better shape, but it's a challenge also, because it can make me really uncomfortable after I eat. Like I said, if I eat anything that makes me bloated, or if I eat too much. And because I do eat so much to keep my weight up, I now find that I can't eat the bigger meals like I was eating, because even though I have the restriction of the VSG, I had purposely gotten myself to the point where I can eat a regular full meal, pretty much. But I really can't do that so much now. I mean, it depends on the size of the meal, but you know, the standard American meal when you go out is pretty big. I can do it if I haven't eaten anything within the first couple hours prior to that. But what I find now is that I tend to eat more frequently, so that I'm not eating a lot and making myself miserable. So that's been interesting. I had to learn that, figure out why I was so uncomfortable sometimes, and that was why. But my incisions themselves are healing really nicely. I have lost, I think, 3 more scabs, so I think I'm down to 5 total, 2 on my left leg, 3 on my right leg. I even lost the drain scab on my right leg, drain site, which is nice, but my 2 biggest scabs are still on my right leg. I have one, and it's still a little painful, and I don't know why it's taking so long. It's the next one up from my drain, and it's the one that's the size of a quarter. It just seems to be taking a long time, and it's just uncomfortable. And then the others are tiny. I mean, they're the size of a lentil, maybe. One is my drain site on my left leg, and then a little bit further, like halfway up my thigh, and then on my right leg, I've got the big one, and then 2 small ones further halfway up my leg. But overall, it's really good. My scars look good. I can definitely feel the incisions, the internal incisions deep down are still healing. If I try to push it too hard, I can feel that kind of, not really tearing, but I can feel the tension inside there. So I'm still trying to be really careful not to overdo things. But I would say by the end of 12 weeks, I should be fine. I would expect everything would be completely healed. But I'll probably continue to be a little careful until 16 weeks. I'm really looking forward to that 6-month mark where hopefully, fingers crossed, things stop swelling so much. I haven't worn my compression garments since week 8, and that's good. I'm fine with that. Still think I'm going back and forth on whether or not to take them on the plane. The flight's not that long from here to San Diego, and so I'm kind of thinking I won't. And we'll see how I do on that, and then that will inform my decision on whether or not to wear them back to my flight to St. Louis in May, because that is almost 4 hours. So we'll see how I do on the 2-hour flight. If that goes well, I'll think about the 4-hour flight. I'd rather not travel with them, just because the only time I would wear them literally is on the plane. So kind of a pain to drag them along just for that. Also a pain to be wearing them on the plane too. Not terribly comfortable. What else? I think that's it. I can't really think of anything else. Still waiting to buy clothing. Pants definitely have to be a 2 or a 0. My 4s and my 6s, and these are all petites because I'm only 5'4", they're all falling off. I tried to wear my 6 petites in Seattle, and basically had to walk around with my hands in my pockets because they just would slide right down my hips. Yeah. So I'll be getting rid of a bunch of clothes again. If any of you are size 6 petite, let me know. I got a lot of nice clothes. Most of them are from Talbot's. But yeah, I'd be happy to share. I'd like them to go someplace with a good home. And most of them have been worn literally one season. So hardly anywhere whatsoever. Lots of pants. And I think that's it. I can't think of anything else for now. All right. Have a great week. I will try to come to you from Mexicali. Don't know if I will be able to. The hospital room is not terribly, I mean, they're private rooms, but Brian will be in there recovering, so I don't really want to do too much talking and disturbing him. But we'll see. Maybe while he's in surgery next Tuesday, I'll be able to record. So, all right. Talk to you later.